Jim, you got your microphone muted.
What's that?
I guess it's Gert's. Gert has her microphone muted.
Wow, we got a group tonight.
Yay!
Yay.
Just need that Gert. She's on her way.
Can tell you're in this one. Wait.
So how's everybody doing?
Pretty good. It's finally cooling off a little in Tucson.
Yeah? Down
Yeah.
to 95?
Low 90s.
Oh.
Seriously, it gets so cool at night when I get up in the morning, you know, like what if we take a walk or something. It's like, oh, I need a jacket.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but I'm a little chilly, but I'm putting up. So, how's everybody else? Good?
Well, I'm recovering a little bit. I was on a bike ride with our group Monday and took a tumble and went to see the urgent care today, and I have a cracked kneecap and 2 cracked ribs.
Oh, no. Oh, the knee is probably the worst, huh?
Well, yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable, but it's
I mean, do they do anything for that? I know the ribs usually they don't, but
no. I'm supposed to see an orthopedist next week, so follow up on he may have me wear a knee brace or something, but probably better to have the kneecap cracked than the cartilage messed up, because
yeah.
at least you don't need hopefully don't need an operation.
Yeah. Wow, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Jim. I hope your recovery goes well.
Thank you.
You got 3 months, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi,
still
Gert.
not in there, am I?
Hi, Gert.
Hi, Gert.
I can't get unmuted.
We can hear you.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Thank you. It said the
Can you
host
hear
had
me?
the host wasn't allowing participants to unmute themselves. I was just trying to
so
tell
you're-
you, Mike.
Host.
The host didn't even know about it.
Okay, I just accidentally hit the right button finally.
Good, good.
So,
I'm,
hello.
I'm almost thinking maybe we should just promise each other at a certain day of the month that we just like text each other with what's new in our lives. What do you think?
Instead of Zoom.
Yeah, or is it still good to meet face to face?
I think it's good to see people.
It's
I
just
do
hard.
too.
It's hard to get
too.
there.
Be a certain time.
Well, or
day
like,
in.
yeah, like for Mike, I think that's
Yeah.
hard. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to organize everybody, so I'm not jumping in to volunteer. Well, I will keep trying to show up.
Me too, if I can figure it out.
There's the thing.
Thought I had it all down pat, but
Maybe to help you out, Gert, we should do it once a week, then you won't forget from time to time.
thank you, Jim. Thank you. So our family, with my kids, had our first family newsletter last week.
Oh, how did that go?
Keep things updated because some of them don't talk to each other in the summer for months. You know, it just goes by so fast.
Is it an e-newsletter
So
or
far, yep, so far it's an e-newsletter. And we had about 6 people participate this time. We're hoping to get nieces and nephews to find out what they're doing, where they're working, and with what's there, 19 grandkids, it's hard to keep up.
That is a big bunch to keep track of.
Yeah, so we had a few good responses that they liked it.
and is it there like for a period of time? You don't have to be there at a certain time to,
Right, it just goes to their email.
yeah.
Yeah, so whoever sends something in gets put in the newsletter and the newsletter goes out.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
Our group is a little smaller. We have a texting thing on Slack.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes it's just goofy and whatnot, and there's different channels and stuff. So it's nice to keep in touch. Weird, sometimes sensible, sometimes informative.
And we just, you know, with the boys, not really the grandkids, but we just text, you know, we just have a thread, we just text. You
Yeah,
know, not daily, but most every day, every other day. And we send photos or, and like you said, sometimes it's silly. But
that's good, because there
Yeah.
is silly in every life, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you feel not so far away from the kids when you're in contact with pictures and
Uh-huh.
JoAnn, should we tell them about our trip?
Sure. Maybe they'll want to join us.
The three of us, end of December, almost, I think we're going to be in Costa Rica for New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
On a Rhodes Scholar trip.
In Costa Rica.
So who's the scholar?
Oh, it's ROAD. Road.
Oh, Rhodes Scholars. And you're all Rhodes Scholars.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're all RHODES too, but we're not flaunting.
It's in December, did you say, Jim?
What's that?
December?
Yeah,
It starts officially the 31st.
yeah, so we'll probably go down a couple days early just in case there's a snowstorm in Minnesota.
I'm
Been
planning.
there, done that.
It's a 12-day tour, so we'll be back middle of January.
Okay, that's kind of nice.
And Jim, I did contact them because I want to go at least one day, maybe 2 days early, just because their hotels are so reasonable. And so you can get the hotel for an extra day with all the taxes, including breakfast. The first one is 110 through Rhodes Scholar. And then the one when we leave is 116. So, I mean, those are really good prices.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I haven't gotten my airline tickets yet. I was working on it a little today, but that'll kind of depend, if I can get a better, because since we're flying by New Year's, I don't know if that's going to matter or not, like,
But going in, a day or two early is going to help.
I think so. I think
And
so.
plus going down there compared to flying domestically is going to make a difference too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people will be coming back from their trips, from Christmas trips. maybe.
Yeah.
So you'll be on the right side. Well, good luck on it. Sounds really fun.
Sounds like a lot of work to me.
I know. They're talking about the hikes and stuff. I'm like, 2 hours walking. I'm sure I can do that, but thinking about it, it's like, okay, I better gear up for that.
Well, and what made me nervous was because they had some tours before breakfast. It's like, what? Not going anywhere before breakfast. But I'm pretty sure I could skip those early morning ones. They're basically to go look at birds, which I'm interested in, but I know I have a friend who went on this trip, and she said she never went on any of the early morning excursions, and she saw so many birds. So that's my plan. But I was kidding. I was kidding with Jim and Carol. It's like, no, my idea of travel is like you're on a cruise, you do one thing in the day, then you come home before dinner and have a drink, and then you have a lovely dinner, and then the next day you go do one more thing. It's like 3 things a day. Can I do this? But it's not. This program is geared towards senior citizens. So I don't
We
think.
watched some of the YouTube videos about the Rhodes Scholar, and it's like, Yeah, I think we'll fit right in.
Well, I know, on when they were looking for information, they're like, do you have a walker? Do you have what are some of the other things you would have? You know, they listed quite a few and I didn't have any of them. I'm like, oh, maybe I can do this.
Good shape.
People worse off than you?
Maybe.
Speaking of walkers and stuff, before Tim came, Jim took some stuff to the thrift store. Cause we're
Uh-huh.
trying to, get rid of things, not very well, but we're making some effort. And he wanted to get rid of my mother's peg cane, the one with the 4 things on the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we should keep that. He's,
It was a good decision. Good decision.
I hope you heal quickly.
Thank you. Hopefully it will.
he's doing well.
Good.
And I don't think the ribs are bothering him too much.
It's when I stretch or try to put, pick up something heavy or something like that. It's or get up off the sofa because I try to use my arms rather than that one knee.
Uh-huh.
But I figured the knee couldn't have been too bad because after I fell down, I finished the ride, which was another 8 miles.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I know. I wasn't on this ride because he goes twice a week now, or he did. And for me, once a week is enough for last week, it was a 22-mile ride.
Yikes.
No. Twice a week, no. Once a week, okay. But I got a notice on my cell phone that he'd fallen because of his watch. And he was able to just make a quick thing on the phone, on the watch, saying that he was okay. So I'm thinking, well, he skinned his knee or something like that.
I did skin my knee. But...
Yeah. One of the gals who's a nurse bandaged him up, and I think it sounds like there was a lot of blood because he's on the blood thinner. He had many abrasions.
Yeah, none of them were very bad though.
But they bled.
If the abrasions had been the only thing, I would have been out riding Wednesday again.
Don't push yourself, buddy.
No,
you're not a kid.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm the youngest one here.
Well, right.
Maybe Dixie's younger than me.
So is your rib area wrapped or?
No, it's not real bad.
He's cracked rather than broken.
Okay.
Well, you are the youngest. You bounce back.
So Mike, what's new with you?
Well, I ended up in the ER about a week ago. I got some vaccinations. I got the COVID vaccination and shingles vaccine and tetanus vaccine. Got them all 3 on one day. And the next morning, I was so weak I couldn't get out of bed. So I had to call 911 and they took me to the ER and they said that I had an infection, but they weren't sure where it was or what caused it. So they gave me some antibiotics, and after 1 day in the hospital, they said I could go home.
So it wasn't really due to the shots? Then the issue?
I don't know exactly what it was due to.
Okay.
But I got some additional vaccines a week later on a Thursday, and on Saturday I found it difficult to get up as well. So I put a guardrail in the bed so I could have something to grab onto to get up.
Uh-huh.
And that seems to be working.
Well, I have a very bad reaction to the COVID shot, so I only ever get that by itself. But last year and this year, I slept for 3 days, both times. Last
Mm.
year, I was pretty miserable. I mean, achy and, in the back of your neck and all this. But this time I didn't have that so much, I guess, because they told me take, ibuprofen and that helped. But seriously, the first night after I had it on Friday because I figured then I'll just have the whole weekend. Don't have to do anything. I slept 12 hours the first night. I slept 10 hours the second night. And in between, I had 4 hours worth of naps.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds
So,
like,
Yeah, I won't get those
Yeah.
shots together
One-
again. Last year I got the
Yeah.
flu and COVID together and it was not good. So this year it's like, we've already decided we're gonna hold off on the COVID shots so that we're,
closer to your trip.
yes.
Well, I'm closer to my other trip, so I definitely wanted to do it. But I remember when it happened last year, I asked my doctor if I should even get it. And he said, well, let's wait and see how things look next year. He said, if there's not a lot of COVID around, sure, skip it. But I just made the judgment. I mean, both my kids in California and their families got COVID again. And another friend of mine who has someone in California got COVID again. So, I mean, there's really a lot of it around. So I thought, well,
I know
I'm,
several people that have had it, so yeah. We're definitely getting it, but
uh-huh.
off so that hopefully we're,
Well, I had my flu shot then last Friday, and that was fine. I mean, my arm hurt a little bit, but oh, and then another thing too with that COVID. On the fourth day, my arm was still red and sore. 4 days after that shot.
Hmm.
So they keep saying that means it's working, your body is putting up the defense, but it's just like, I don't know if it's worth it because most people who've been sick, they're sick for like 3 days or something. And that's how long I am. That's how long I'm sick if I get the shot. But in my case, I really should get it because I have other,
yeah.
I'm
Plus,
old.
I think it's the whole herd thing that the more of
Yeah,
us that are
that too.
protected, that will get it.
One of the medications that I take regularly causes me pretty severe dry mouth.
Yeah.
So when I get up to use the toilet during the night, I always take a drink of water. But I got to the ER and my throat was dry and I asked for water and they said, no, we can't give you any water. So they withheld water for the first 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And my throat was really dry and they wouldn't even give me ice chips.
Wow.
And then when they finally figured out that it was just a low-grade infection, they said I could have water, but they said, you need to drink more water. You're
Well, yeah.
dehydrated.
I tried, but you wouldn't let me. Jim had that issue too, Mike, and it might have been some of his meds, but I mean, like 2 times when he had the COVID shot, at least 2, he passed out completely. And they just told him he was dehydrated. I made sure I drank so much water. Like every time I get up during those long nights, I just, drink so much water. And I think that does help. But yeah, he had kind of those issues too. But I don't know. Well, I'm glad you're over it. I'm surprised, Mike, that you had to call 911. I thought you'd have people there at your place who could come and help you.
Yeah, the little button I'm supposed to push was elsewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
And I could reach my phone.
yeah.
First time I called, I didn't have my hearing aids in and I couldn't hear what they were saying. So I had to hang up and call them back after I got my hearing aids in.
Yeah. Phew,
life is so much fun.
isn't it?
Man, it's like we're all getting old.
No.
The alternative isn't any good, though.
Well, I suppose it's true, yeah.
Well, yeah, it is when you look at it. I'm waiting for it. Oh, yeah.
We all have more we want to do here.
Not me. Told Johnny he has to take me with him.
Oh,
That might be tricky.
Yeah,
How's he doing?
pretty good. Evenings are good for him. Mornings are hard. Pretty good, though. He's having a little trouble with his one eye. The eyelashes are turning in.
Huh.
And they said they had to do a little surgery or Botox shot. We have to decide what he wants, but Botox they do right away, but the surgery is 3 months out
Oh
to
my God.
schedule.
Yeah.
can you just poke him in the eye so it pops up?
Yeah, it would be good. It just tears so much when it's in there. You just wiping.
Huh.
Oh, that sounds so painful.
Actually, he said it's not. Yeah, he had it once before about 4 or 5 years ago, and then it was painful. But this time his eye was all thick and red, his bottom lid. And I said, I hurt? No. So.
It just gives me the willies to think about it.
So what's new?
Good.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
gonna ask Rich and Dixie, what's new with them?
What's new, dear?
Is it fall where you live?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and with no rainfall is the crops are really maturing real quickly. We've been short of rain for, gosh, I don't know. I'll bet it's been 3 weeks since we've had any rain. So the garden's
where
giving
we've
up,
been.
and that's fine.
And
Yep.
something, even though it's dry, our woods area in the back looks really sparse. Either the bunnies or the deer have just been ravaging things.
Mm.
And not that I care that much about back there, because it's nature, it can just take care of itself, but it really looks sparse this year. My garden, they've been hitting hard, eating
Is there-
milkweed.
There's not enough for them to eat because of the dry weather, is that?
Well, there's a big building over just off the interstate, a Prudential big office complex. One of those, what do they call it, brutalist 70s buildings, lots and lots of
I
concrete
know
that
what
they
you mean.
tore down. And there were a lot of wooded areas that I think everything from there has come over here to eat. Because I've never had a year this bad, and I'm sure that's what it is.
I'll bet. Yeah.
Sometimes years kind of go like that, like your locusts and stuff. But this year it seems squirrels in this area have been so heavy and so bad.
Oh,
Even in Minnesota, Danny said, it's just, you can't hardly count them. They're just.
Did you
Yeah.
have a mast year last year where you had lots of acorns?
I don't know about acorns. We're not close to oak trees. I don't know.
We had too many acorns last year. I got my shop vac out and vacuumed them up off the grass because it was too hard to mow because there's
Oh
some
my gosh.
seeds on it.
Wow.
But this year they're real light, so I think hopefully the squirrel population will die off over the winter, or some of it will.
Don't count on it.
Last year, I sent buckets of acorns home with Ellie's girls, and they had so much fun feeding the squirrels in their neighborhood because there's no oak trees in their
Oh,
neighborhood.
yeah. Those squirrels were special. Nice.
Well, we have black walnut trees in our backyard.
Oh,
Last year there wasn't a walnut on it. This year there's walnuts, and the squirrels are up here digging in our pots on the deck every day, not night.
They-
day.
Are they burying them, you mean?
Well, they bury them and then they unbury them and then they bury them. You figure
And
squirrels
decide
out.
They'll nibble some roots of your plants.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we've been together as a group since I was in Montana, but I had a very nice trip and I did see some fall there. it was still pretty nice. And I mean, the weather, it was mostly in the 70s, but a couple days were warm and I got to see a little fall color. So that was nice for me.
We've got some maple trees here that are starting to turn.
And the sumac is turning red already.
Sumac, yeah. That's
Not
always,
Nebraska.
That usually turns early though, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're just on our, like you said, Jim, we're on our 18th day of no rain. Or you said, Richie, I guess.
Wow.
It's so dry.
Yeah.
Maybe Friday, we're supposed to get some rain.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some this weekend.
Yeah, I'm counting on it. We've got the little patch of grass we have in the front has been afflicted by grubs from the neighbors that moved in a couple years ago that haven't been doing anything with their lawn. It's like, okay, I'm not going to poison everything in my yard just to treat grubs. So I've been planting thyme in there.
Is
I-
is-
It does well. Jim, some that I had in there last year, Jim mows over it. It looks really nice. So we're going to have thyme.
You can walk on that and it just thrives.
Yeah, it doesn't need any water.
Right. And you can eat it. Don't eat your grass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought probably 20 some years ago, I bought one little pot of thyme and I've got so much thyme out there now.
oh my gosh.
Lori uses it as fillers, like in their rock stepping stones and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, and to not have to fertilize it, not have to spray it, not have to put any kind of pesticides down. Sounds perfect to me. And I don't think you'll have to mow it as much when it gets
No.
established. Perfect.
I don't know if the bugs don't like it, though. I'm not sure it's good for people.
Yeah.
Although you don't eat it as a salad usually.
Yeah.
It's usually a little bit, but not a whole.
I don't know, if we have enough, I might have to start feeding you a salad at a time.
My,
I guess you can put yourself in the bug category then, Jim.
should probably put it on the burdock to feed me.
Oh, wow.
You know that you can actually eat the roots of burdock?
You
I
can
tried
eat
it once. He wasn't real keen on it.
you can eat a lot of things, Carol. Doesn't mean you want to.
If we had to, though, it'd be nice to
Yep.
know what you could
Yep.
eat.
Yep. How's Marita doing, Mike?
She's doing okay. The hospice people gave her a different bed that raises and lowers so that they can put it down closer to the floor when she sleeps at night, so that in case she falls out, she doesn't fall so far.
Hmm.
And they also got her a wheelchair. She had been getting around walking by herself, but she takes really tiny footsteps and she's sort of unsure of her balance. And they tried giving her a walker, but she didn't seem to know what to do with the walker. So the wheelchair is more of a convenience, I think, for people who are taking care of her.
The halls there are probably real long.
And I took her out to a restaurant for her birthday. It was supposed to be on the 6th, but I was in the hospital on the 6th, so we did it on the 13th.
Good for you.
How did that go, Mike?
It went well. She really enjoyed the food. It's one of her favorite dishes. shrimp karma or shrimp korma, I guess it is. It's at Indian restaurant called Taj Mahal.
Was sweet of you. You probably enjoyed it a little bit too.
Yeah,
Well,
Kind of.
say hi to her from us.
okay, I will.
Tell her we think about her.
Wasn't too long ago she was in on the meeting for a little bit.
I'm sorry, Gert, what was that?
It wasn't too long ago that she was in on a meeting, or we got to see her for just a bit. Seemed like 2 months ago,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
Yeah, looking back, it's pretty surprising how far she's deteriorated in the past 12 months.
Yeah, because for a while things seem to be going pretty well for her.
Yeah, I'm so glad we made our trip to the Galapagos when we did.
I am too, yeah.
So you're going to Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of my people that back when I cleaned houses, their daughter was doing a study in college, and she went down there to study butterfly.
Nice.
She brought back so many beautiful pictures and
Yeah.
quite the place.
Yeah, I think we'll see rainforests and tortoises and volcano and suspension bridges and what else?
I think they're even talking about a whitewater rafting
Oh,
excursion.
yeah.
Hopefully not too rambunctious. I'm sure it's
No,
not.
I think they said it wasn't. You know what the hardest thing about that is for me now is getting in and out of the raft.
Yeah.
That kayaks too. I love doing it, but oh,
Actually been on a fair amount of rafting, including a more than one whitewater, So
My
I almost think rafting is getting in and out of a raft is easier than a kayak. A raft, you can kind of just plop yourself in.
Well, it's bigger. Kayak's small and you kind of
Yeah.
it's lowered to the ground or to the water.
Of course, what was really fun was that one up in Maine where you had to get up and then go up to the dock.
Yeah.
well, we shall see.
I already ordered hiking pants.
I got a new raincoat.
Yeah.
They're going at the end of the month.
No, actually the end of the year.
End of the
End of the
year.
year, okay.
New Year's
That's right.
Day.
Yeah, we'll be in Costa Rica for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, a friend of mine, I was talking to her about it and I said, so when were you there? And she's like, oh, I've been there lots of times. My husband and I owned a company there. So she knew quite a bit about it. And she said, it's not that hot. She said, on the beach, yes. But she said, if you're away, where we will be a lot of the time, she said, it should be very nice. So
Yeah. I'm layering. When we were in Germany last year, the temperature was like 15 degrees colder than what's normal. Both layers of shirts that I had, thermal shirts, were on under my regular shirt. And I was
my
still
God.
cold.
Oh my gosh. I don't think you have to worry about that on this trip.
I hope not, but I tend to need one more layer than he does, so.
3 more layers. usually.
80s are fine with me.
Well, I think I will be gone and back from my next trip when we all get together. again. That's to Italy, and I'm leaving on the 7th, and I'm home 11 days later, whenever that is. So,
That's in October?
yes.
Okay.
So what cities are you going to in Italy?
We will start and end in Rome, and then we'll be along like Naples, that whole area, and I'm going to the Pompeii. And then because this is like a pilgrimage, we're going to see a number of shrines. So we're going to see Assisi, which from what I understand is in a very beautiful mountain town that even if you weren't interested in St. Francis, I guess it's a beautiful place to see anyway. And then there are two more shrine places between Assisi and when we end up by Naples. So I don't really know the names of the other ones because they didn't mean anything to me. I mean, they all have shrines there. I don't know. St. Pio is one of them. One of my friends is really into.
Padre Pio.
Yeah, that's one. That's.
He was alive when we were over there, but we didn't know about him. We could have gone down there, and he's a great confessor.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I have a friend, and I this was before this trip, but she was always talking about Padre Pio, Padre Pio. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to read up and learn, but anyway, it should be nice. Our priest who was supposed to come with us and say mass for us every day couldn't
Nice.
couldn't get even an appointment to renew his visa. He couldn't even get an appointment. And I mean, he started a couple months ago, but it was just, I think he has to go to Los Angeles to do it.
Uh,
And so I guess we aren't going to have a priest. So I don't know if they're going to run a daily mass for us or not. But that I was kind of looking forward to that part of it. I thought that would have added a lot, but
Will
I
you
guess
get to the Amalfi Coast?
yes, yes.
Yeah, when Katrina was studying abroad, Nicholas and I met with her and we stayed in Positano for a couple nights. And that was very scenic and beautiful. And we rode scooters to Pompeii, which was a fun excursion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I read this whole big fat book on it, so I hope it stands me in good stead.
We'll expect a good report from you.
Okay. I hope so. Oh, and we're getting down to, we only have a minute and a half left.
Well, everybody be safe and well.
And no more falling off bikes.
Okay, all right, if you insist.
Just because my big sister tells me that, I'll
Yeah,
try.
that's right.
Thanks for sticking with me tonight. I was here by my computer and I just fell asleep.
I was going to say, Mike, you're always so good about remembering to send us a reminder. You always remember that.
It's okay, we made it.
Maybe we'll just like take turns calling you.
All right, well, everybody have a good month. We'll see you next month.
It was good to see all of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.